This is a tour of cabin 14136, a Haven Spa Suite. Now when you first come in, you're in a little entryway here with two closets over on this side and a bathroom over there, and I'll show you those in a minute. But I know what you really want to see is what's over there, which is the main bedroom. Now here's the bed, which is super comfy, and you'll definitely have a great night's sleep here. But what's really special about this room is what's over in that corner, which is the jacuzzi. It is really a pleasure to have your own jacuzzi in your room, and it's great to have the window there so you can sit in the tub and look out onto the ocean. Of course, there are blinds that can be lowered in case you're worried about somebody looking in, but when you think about it, really, who's going to look in? In case you're wondering, yes, there's definitely room in here for two people. And notice that glow on the front of the tub. You can turn that off at night when you're sleeping so it doesn't bother you. Let's go out on the balcony and I'll show you how this door works. All you have to do is take this handle down and then it is unlocked and very easy to slide. Of course, you've got a beautiful view outside. And we'll look at the left half of the balcony here. My wife's reading her Kindle. There's enough room there. You know, it's not a super spacious balcony, but it's not bad. And then the way we have ours arranged is to put the other chair over here in this corner. And that's where I sit. Of course, you can arrange it anywhere you want. And one thing I just want to point out about this balcony door, when we close it here, as soon as you put that up like that, it engages a seal and it's super quiet. Any noise outside, all gone. One more thing about the balcony. Notice that it's covered, and that provides great shade during most of the day because it gets pretty darn warm out here in the Caribbean. Now right now it's pretty early in the morning, so the sun is low in the sky and we're getting a lot of sunshine here on the balcony, which is great. Later in the day when it really heats up, you're going to like that shade provided by the cover above the balcony. Over here in this corner of the room there's a little daybed, and it's a great place for sitting and reading a magazine or a book. On this wall we've got the big TV, and you can of course watch TV shows, but there's also movies that you can watch, and it's also interactive, so you can make restaurant reservations, book shore excursions, take a look at your online spending, that kind of thing. Behind it, a great desk area for your computer. There are 4 electrical outlets, but 2 of them are in use by the equipment on here, so there's really 2 that are free. I like to bring a little 6 outlet strip so that I can charge up all my electronic devices at night and things like that. Lots of storage in the cabinets, and then the coffee maker. Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, so I have no idea how to use this, but the butler did explain to my wife on the very first day of the cruise how to use it, and she really likes it because in addition to coffee, it also makes tea, or you can just get hot water out of it and use a conventional tea bag. Now these Haven Spa Suites are actually the smallest of the Haven category cabins, but they're much bigger than I realized. I did some research before the cruise looking at pictures and videos of the cabin online, and I didn't realize how big it actually is. It's much wider than I realized. If I'm sitting here at the desk using the computer, there's still a lot of space between me and the bed where my wife can walk by. I've been on a lot of Carnival cruises in regular balcony cabins where when I'm sitting at the desk, this walkway is totally blocked because the bed is right here, but this cabin is wider. And of course, if you go into the more expensive Haven category cabins, then you get into some even larger cabins than this. Taking a look at the closets, there's a his and her side, and notice when you open the door, a light comes on inside. There's hangers, a whole bunch of hangers that come with each side of the closet, so no need to bring any from home. And on this side there's some extra shelving down below, and both have a shelf up on top. By the way, if you're sitting in your cabin and you hear this noise, that's the doorbell. Get up and answer it. Now I'm going to take the camera handheld here for a tour of the bathroom. And notice in the corner there is a scale. You'd think that's about the last thing you'd want on vacation, but it actually does come in handy on the last day. You can weigh your luggage to make sure the luggage isn't over the 50-pound weight limit for the airline. Lots of storage underneath the sink there. Notice it's a big double-wide sink. They provide you with shampoo and conditioner and body wash, so no need to bring that. We'll go into the shower now. Sorry about my swim trunks hanging from the clothesline, but that's a handy feature. And the shower is big enough for 2. Notice the shower head sits on a metal rail and can go up and down, which is great so you can adjust it for your height. And then this is fancy. 2 heads there, 2 heads there, and 2 heads there to spray the lower portion of your body. If you want, you can turn that on or off. In the evening, the cabin steward comes in and he turns down the lights and he turns down the bed, makes you a little towel animal, closes all the curtains, and the room just has a totally different vibe to it. The metal thing on the gooseneck next to the telephone, that is a reading lamp, and then notice the blue lighting underneath the nightstand. You can leave that on all night if you want. It's a kind of a nice little night light, or you can turn it off if it bothers you. And for the full effect, don't forget to turn on the blue light on the tub. Now remember, this is a Haven spa suite, not just a regular balcony cabin. So you have full access to all the amenities of the Haven, like the Haven courtyard that you see here, or the Haven restaurant. And because it's a spa suite, you have full access to all the amenities of the spa, too. Here's my favorite part. It's known as the thermal suite in the spa. In any case, you're going to love your cruise on the Norwegian Getaway, especially if you stay in this cabin, 14136, a Haven Spa Suite.